Alright, so ever since I made that video of Jumper 22, even though the comments and everything on Jumper 22 is ballistically crazy, you're a cock holder or cocko, and saying that you're allowing your wife to do X, Y, and Z, this, whatever. And I spoke to one of my mates, and he tells me, he's African descent, he tells me his community, the men has been offered to get paid to have sex with their wives. I'm saying with their wives is like a rich person or whatever the person it is. Maybe because of the man, they're not satisfied their woman, or perhaps maybe he's too old, he cannot get up or whatever, but he's seeing his community, or not his community, but the many of the African countries, the people are doing this sort of job because they do by means to make money, whatever, right? And this started to question me. All right, I know in the past I haven't discussed about this topic, but open relationship or open marriage, whatever you guys call it, is that okay? This is what I said on the Jumper 22 video. When a woman has experienced so many sex, too much sex, maybe starting from a very young age, they got married, settled, bored of that life. How to spice things up? Hire that guy to bang me in this scheduled lifestyle, whatever. Whether this is normal or not normal, I believe that that's the modern way of the marriage for those who enter that sort of lifestyle. All right. And whether it's a good thing or bad thing, I cannot answer that one because I don't know how long the marriage can last or whatever. I'd like to say it's forever. But if that's the only way to retain a marriage or X, Y, and Z, I know everyone is going crazy about Will Smith marriage, open relationship. All right. And probably this is like a taboo topic that nobody talks about. And so for me to look at it, it probably works the same way as us dudes. Like, let's just say we pay for sex and we gone to this particular girl. She's amazing, blah, blah, blah. Of course, you're going to keep going back. By all means, whatever. But there's no emotional connection. But women in a different world, they have this emotional connection. Maybe the sex needs to satisfy that area. All right, sex is very important in the Western world. As you can see, all these dating shows, and they look at the manhood and how you perform in the bed. It actually calculates. The Chinese theory is not about love, it's about survival. Marriage is about survival. Unfortunately, in today's world, you can survive without a man or a woman. You can work, you can survive X, Y, and Z. But back then, they don't have like great medical or cures or medication. You only live up to 40 or 50 years old. Now we can live up to bloody 80 or 90 years old, 100, all right? Marriage nowadays is not what it seems. Everything is broken up. You can marry 3-4 times. You don't get stoned to death. You can get a bit of shame from the family, but doesn't matter. This is your own life, all right? But when you engage so much sex at a very young age, especially open relationship. I think open relationship, I know guys will do it behind, do strip clubs or go massage parlors or whatever, unmarried men. To spice whatever, how it is, right? But they don't take any emotional. But it is cheating at the end of the day. Even though I said it's okay for a guy, but it is cheating. At the end of the day, what people are going to say, open relationship or whatever is cheating. But for me to pay someone to bang my partner, oh gosh, I don't know what to say if I think about that. It is probably a new concept for many migrants to think about it. But it makes sense in the white people's world. To retain the relationship, I like the person for who they are, but I need to fulfill this sex life. Whatever how it is. Now, with this Jump 22 or Jumper 22 situation, where people are going ballistic on the comments right now, is the fact that she has dealt with one of the best BBC porn star in the field. And when you look at the interview, she still thinks about it. She likes it. She enjoys it, this and that. And everyone's going to say, Jumper is going to go through divorce. And that's why I said, you know, like, if you value that sex life over what a marriage built, that empire, investment, houses, kids, prestigious area, and you go through divorce, you live in a low socioeconomic area, surrounded by this, you're having this different guys banging you non-stop, or a guy or girl as well. I'm not saying just girl, but a guy as well. It destroys the livelihood. I know it's exciting. It's different than from your stable, secure mansion in whatever the suburb it is. And here's how much kind of sex can drive people to. I see men can go broke and divorce and child support after child support and still married again and get child support. Women can go through the same way. But at least a guy career lifespan is longer than a woman, all right? And whatever, how you guys perceive it. But just to think about the open relationship, for me to think about it, allowing that to happen, I know that if I'm open to it, you guys gonna say I'm a weirdo. But if you accomplish everything, this and that, just to fulfill the sexual needs. A lot of marriages is been broken because not fulfilling the sexual needs or X, Y, and Z. That's probably one of the main reasons. It's something that probably I have to be open and being cockholder, like what Jump 22 has to go through. But just for me to think about it is like, and I made the video in the past, is that three of us is in a different world. Me being a father, and my wife's being the mother, my daughter's growing up, we all have three different worlds. The red line. If I look at that perspective, I have to allow her to do that in order to have this ongoing. But I know you guys are gonna go crazy at it, because this is a modern marriage issue right now. There's, 1 out of 2 marriage is, or 1 out of 3, or 1 out, it's 42% is divorce. So it's already 1-to-2 ratio. Do you want to divorce, lose half your stuff, your wealth? That's what I'm just saying here. Open relationship and open marriage.